Yo, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. Hope we are all doing well. Let's get things underway right now, shall we? Right then. Hope we're all doing fantastic. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Today we're going to be flying from Dallas to Washington, D.C. And yeah, we're going to be attempting the river visual approach into Washington, which should be a hell of a lot of fun. So yeah, really looking forward to that today. And yeah, it's gonna be nice, I think. So obviously we've got the US update which came out this week, and yeah, so we're gonna be taking off from Dallas Fort Worth airport, which is one of the new airports they added to the game since the update. And yeah, we're going to be flying into Washington. Obviously they've done a few little updates to Washington as well. They've added in a few new landmarks which weren't previously there. So yeah, it should be pretty cool doing the river visual approach, as you do use the Washington Monument as one of the landmarks coming in on the approach there. So yeah, looking forward to it. Let me just see here. My stream is experiencing minor issues apparently. Let's see. It looks okay to me. How we're looking? How we're looking on your end, guys? If you're watching, are you experiencing any drop frames, any buffering or anything? I think we're good. So here we are, Dallas Fort Worth. Beautiful. Lots of planes parked here already. We've got a few American Airlines parked here. And I've had loads of aircraft taxiing past me while I've been parked here. Check this out. There's three aircraft taxiing over there. There's still one far in the distance as well. Beautiful. More aircraft over here taxiing. So yeah, looking good. Talal, thank you very much for letting me know, mate. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're well. I hope you're well indeed. All right. So then, let's just pause the music for now, and we'll get things started up. So jumping into the cockpit then. Let's see. So first of all, we shall jump over and bring this menu up right here. So we've got our self-loading cargo right here, which we're going to be using today. Should be pretty cool. And yeah, let's give this a try. So make sure everything's set up properly. Default American Airlines Wi-Fi. The staff flight today, I've set it to. Should probably give it till about past, I think, to get going. And 160 packs. I think that should be about right. I think that should be coming straight off my sim brief. Packs, yeah, 160 for today. So we shall we'll get things rocking in terms of self-loading cargo. Boom. So we'll get that going and we'll start getting the aircraft started up. So turn the batteries on and the external power. And we can put the ideas to a line for now. Turn the nav lights on. And we're just going to leave it at that for now. There we go. My frame rate is chugging a little bit here. I think it's because of this mod I'm using for the live traffic. Hey, Swordfish, welcome back to the stream, buddy. Hope you're well. Okay, so let's get things started up here. My frame rate is looking a bit dicey right now. I think it's because of this mod I'm using for the ground traffic and stuff like that. As you can see, there's a lot of aircraft taxiing and stuff around me, which is great. That's what I really love about this mod, but it kind of kills my frame rate a little bit sometimes. Hey, yesterday was your birthday, Swordfish. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you're well. I hope you had a great birthday. Everybody in the chat wish Swordfish happy birthday. That's awesome. I'm getting more dropped frames. I don't know if that's my internet or not, though, to be fair. What I could potentially do is come in here and maybe just drop this down a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Right. Anyway, okay, let's get things initialized here. We'll say ready for boarding. And we shall what is that noise I hear in the background? There's some kind of announcement going on right now. Yo, James, I'm referring to Twitch chat. I'm streaming on Twitch as well. And one of our regular viewers over there, it was his birthday yesterday. So just saying happy birthday. Let's get a jetway connection. Here we go. Here we go. And that's the door connected and open. Beautiful. So let's begin boarding. Cargo loading in process. The music's on. Oh. What is this music? I hope this isn't copyright music. Right, okay, so we've got the door open. Passengers are boarding. And we can turn the seatbelt signs on. So we've got all the fuel on board. And we'll get the APU started as well, just so it's warming up. And we'll just jump on down to the MCDU. If I can find the right keybind, and we'll make sure everything is initialized here. So cost index today is going to be 5. Cruise flight is going to be, cruising flight level is going to be 370. Flight plan is going to be departing on, let's see here, 36 right. Hey, pilot buddy dog. Welcome to the stream. Is that you, James? Thank you very much for following. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a great week. Happy Friday to everybody as well. Happy Friday. So we're going to be departing 36 right, Triton 3 departure with transition loose, which is all correct. And then we'll jump on down here and have a quick scan through here. That's fine. And then we'll check our arrival. So our arrival is going to be runway 19. We're going to put this in as RNAV 19. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put that in as RNAV 19. Essentially, this we're going to be doing the river visual approach. But if we put in the RNAV, then we have some waypoints in there for
no problem.
For the approach. Okie dokie, just making sure I've got the right thing on, the right approach, so that's correct. River visual, so the RNAV 19, transition BKW. Now I'm not sure on that one, to be honest. Let's have a quick look here. That looks good to me. I'll let's try and understand where the actual transition is. I don't actually see it here, but it looks good to me. Let's see what happens if I press none. Well, something changed, but I don't see what. Oh, it's removed our star, hasn't it? Star wants to be Trups 4. It's not there. Interesting. Alright, let's just erase that for a second and we'll go back. So Trups 4 is in there. Let's go all the way down to the end right here. We actually need to input an arrival because we'll be doing a visual approach from Fergie, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. That's fine. So we'll jump on over back to the MCDU. I'm getting a lot of alerts here on Streamlabs saying that we're getting dropped frames. I don't understand. I mean, we're getting an average FPS of 20, which is lower than what I've got it set at. So I guess we are dropping some frames, aren't we? We'll get everything set up and then we'll work it out from there. We'll set our weights, which is that, and our block fuel is going to be 8.9 today. Stick that in there. That is that, and we'll just give it a second to do its calculations here. There we go.
Hi there, we are pretty much ready to go up here. We've got the load sheets.
Wind is going to be 77. I don't think you can set that. You can. Beautiful.
Okay, great. We're almost done.
Okie dokie. That is that set, and I'm just going to double check something right here. Yeah, so tailwind is 77 knots potentially for this flight. So that should speed our flight time up a little bit here. And our prediction here is saying 2 hours and 17. So that's actually quite a nice improvement from what it would normally be. So let's set up our perf page. We can go flaps 1. The runway here is absolutely enormous. And we can set our flex. I'm going to set it to 55. And our transition is going to be 18,000. And these are our V speeds. Cool. Okay. Beautiful. Damn. My frame rate really is chugging. So many aircraft departing here. I expect that's probably why I'm getting drop frames. I'm just going to turn down the AI offline even further. I just wanted to test out this mod because obviously in the recent update they made it so that the AI traffic gets purged properly. So I wanted to try it out and just see if it worked now. Okie dokie, so everything is set on the MCDU. We're still waiting for passengers to board, so let's just do the overhead panels. So crew supply oxygen can come on. Everything else is correctly set. This is all good here. We can turn this one up. Fuel pumps can now come on. And that is all good to go. And everything up here is good to go as well. We can turn up our heating inside the cockpit. Get a little bit toasty in here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and then we can have a quick look at our departure charts. So let's have a quick look. If we jump on over to our flight bag here, and let's just close this one off and go on to our departure. We're going to be departing on runway 36 right, which I believe is it this one right here? I think it's actually this one right here. I think this is 3-5 left and right, so I think it's this one right behind us. So we're going to be departing up here, minimum 5,000 feet here and maximum 240 knots, so we'll have to bear that in mind. Minimum 7,000 here, and that's it really. No upper restrictions. So relatively straightforward departure. Good morning, Donald. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Where we're flying to today? We're flying to Washington, D.C. from Dallas. All right, let's jump back over here then, and let's just contact ATC while we wait for the last few passengers to board. Still got 23 more people to come on board here. We'll speak to the ATIS and get the pressure reading. I really hope this music, this American Airlines music, isn't isn't copyrighted. Not getting any alerts saying that it is. Have I missed the pressure reading? I bet I have, haven't I? We'll just flick these on as well, and we'll start the APU bleed as well. Right, I think I'm gonna have to turn this. As much as I love the, extra traffic that we've got going on here, I think I'm gonna have to turn it off, guys, because it's kind of wrecking my frames, and it looks like we're dropping a lot of frames on the stream, which is kind of upsetting, but at the same time, it's kind of an experimental mod, isn't it? So let's just go to real-time online. And hopefully that should fix things. Yeah, it feels quite a bit smoother. A bunch of planes have disappeared, as you can see. And let's see if we can just get an ATIS to read off again. All passengers are on board. Let's close the doors. I'll need to retract the... For some reason I can't get the ATIS again, so I'm going to have to just... hang on. Yeah, I don't think the ATIS is going to work again for me. For some reason it only works one time. So we shall disconnect the jetway. And we are ready for push and start. We're going to set this to our cruising altitude of... What was it again? 360 was it? 370. 370, and I'm actually going to set this to 240. Just because we had that restriction on the first waypoint there, so I want to make sure that we don't go over that. And I'm just going to hit B on my keyboard to get the correct pressure. And apparently it's 29.92. Nice clear weather today here in Dallas. Okay, let's disconnect the ground power and we can get pushed back. All right. Let's set the engines to ignition. And we'll release the parking brake. Lock the cockpit door now. Okay, so engine 2 starts. And I think we need to get pushed back all the way back here. Not sure if that's the best way to do things, but... yeah, I think we're going to get pushed back all the way back here. Let me just make sure my sound is turned up here. It sounds quite quiet to me. Turn the engines up.
Flight sensor arm doors and cross check. Stand by for all call. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as quickly as possible. Thank you for your cooperation.
Beautiful. We've got custom captain's voice announcements on this one, on the sound pack. Damn, this airport really is killing my frames. Maybe it's this airport, not that mod. Interesting. That is engine 2 stabilized.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's cabin secured. All right. So let's get pushed a little bit to the left. Oh, this aircraft. Whoa, holy crap, that is some quick turning there. What in the world? What in the world? All right. I think we are just about there. And let's stop pushback right about there. Parking brake is set. You can turn the APU off now. Is it me or does it... Cockpit sounds are a lot quieter in this newer version of the A32NX mod. Okay, so this can go to norm and we can put taxi lights on. And runway turn off lights on as well. Strobe lights can go to auto and beacon lights should have already been on, but they're on now. Okay, let's parking brake off and let's taxi on down to the runway. So we're taking off on 36 right. Which I was correct, it is indeed this runway just next to us here. So let's taxi on straight down here and then just take let's take a right at the end. Okie dokie. Yeah, I can actually see now on the stream analyzer that yeah, the FPS seems to have stabilized a lot more since I turned off the mod, so I guess it was that was causing us some issues. Let's make sure we don't taxi too quickly here. These passengers do scare quite easy. Let's set auto brake to max whilst we are taxiing on down, and speed brakes and flaps 1. Get a nice look at this handcrafted airport on the way around here. This is one of the brand new handcrafted airports that was just released this week, actually. Looking very nicely done, actually. It's such a enormously huge airport. It's actually quite difficult to actually see it all, but it is just incredibly big. This Dallas Fort Worth airport. It's just incredibly huge. Just if I go up in the drone here and zoom out a bit, you can kind of see how immensely big it is. Like, look at that. You've got one, 2, 3 runways over there. And then behind the camera here, I'm just making sure the plane is straight. And then behind us, you've got where's our runway? Here we go. You got 1, 2, 3 runways as well. There's 6 runways in total. Absolutely crazy. And then you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terminal buildings, and then presumably a 6th one as well, which is being built here. As you can see, there's like cranes and stuff down here. Pretty wild. Oh no! Just realized. Are we gonna be taxiing too quickly now? Oh no, we just hit 25 knots, which is fine. So we'll just slow us down a touch. Beautiful. These passengers are gonna be happy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, let's just double check the cabin. So seats for takeoff.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
While you are seated, please keep your seatbelt fastened and visible to the crew when the seatbelt sign is on, as turbulence can happen unexpectedly. If you open an overhead compartment, use caution, as carry-on items.
This is a large airport, isn't it? Holy crap.
Power outlets are located at every seat.
Okie dokie. How are we doing here? We're nearly there. Nearly there. So this little area right here is like a holding pad. Obviously we've not got many aircraft here at the moment, but this area right here is, it looks like where aircraft would just hold. Like, I bet this airport gets insanely busy, so I bet this is where aircraft just hold to go onto the runway essentially. And this is me trying to control the aircraft from drone mode. There it is. Alright then, so let's just slowly creep onto the runway here. We're going to assume we've got takeoff clearance here, because the ATC is just not all there in this game, so I'm not going to try and rely on them. And let's turn our landing lights on and our takeoff lights on as well. Everything else is set. Cabin secured, crew seated, everything is ready to rock, guys. Looking forward to this. Make this a bit smaller, and we'll just creep on to the runway here. 36 right. Okie dokie, let's brake on down here. Just gonna have a quick look here because we're still getting some dropped frames for some reason. Let's just do that. Okie doke, so let's just hold down the brake here and bring up the engines to 50%. That is stable. Release brake and all the way up through into flex. Not sure why it just did that, but okay. Here we go. V1. Rotate.
Gear up, please.
That's a gear up. Leave a climb. Lowering nose to gain speed. Not sure why the flight director is all the way over to the left. Flaps up. So we're only going to accelerate here to 240 knots. As we do need to make sure that we're not going faster than that when we go to this waypoint here. So I'm actually going to climb a little bit further because we've got to be at 5,000 feet by this waypoint. I'm going to just ignore the flight directors for the time being. I'm going to pitch the nose down a little bit as we seem to be we're quite easily going to hit 5,000 here. There we go, that's 5,000. I'm just a bit concerned by the flight directors. Like, look at where the flight directors are. That's kind of crazy. Not quite sure what it's trying to suggest there. I'm going to start this right turn. And we'll see what happens once we get through this right turn, what happens to the flight directors. And we could put on managed speed now that we're actually through that waypoint, which will take us up to 250 knots. Still manually flying here. Just keep that nose up. Now, I do want to engage the autopilot right about now. I think now would be a good time, but I'm not sure what it's going to do. looking at the flight directors. Slightly concerns me. I guess we're going to just try it. Let's see what happens here. So, autopilot on. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that's autopilot coming off. The passengers are not happy. Okay, so that's one of the new bugs that's one of the new bugs. I've seen people talk about this on the forums. I've never had it actually happen to me until just now. But yeah, I guess it's just happened. So we might have to fly all the way there on heading mode, potentially. We shall see. Let's put heading to 108 degrees. And we'll engage that. And we'll engage the autopilot. What the heck? Dude. Okay, it seems like the autopilot is actually a bit broken by the looks of things. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Let's see what they're saying on self-loading cargo. They're relatively pleased. Guys, we might just have to fly this whole flight manually. Which I suppose is not the end of the world, considering we're in an Airbus, so it's fly-by-wire, but yeah, it's not great, is it, though, is it? Let's see what happens. Is there any way to fix this? Doesn't appear to be. Yeah, I'm not. I'm a little bit confused, to be quite honest with you. I don't think there is anything that we can do there. My frame rate today is kind of crappy. Haven't changed anything. Well, that was pretty nice departure. To be honest, it's not the end of the world. Pretty good, pretty good. I'll take it. We're still on our way out here, but we're doing fine. We should actually put our nose down so we can reach our full speed here. I almost did. I almost got X-Plane today, actually, because it's on sale at the moment for Black Friday. I almost actually got X-Plane because of... I knew there was some bugs. I've not experienced them, like I say, myself. But I haven't, again, really done any proper flights. Transition altitude hit. This is a new little feature here where the QNH will flash when you hit the transition altitude. So let's set that. Alright then. Oh dear, guys. This is going to have to be an interesting flight. Yeah, I feel like we're just going to have to leave the autopilot off the whole way. So I'll turn the seatbelt signs off now and release the cabin before they get impatient. $20,000 feet. Still have this rocking going on though. What the heck? I thought that only happened when you were on autopilot. Oh dear. Oh dear, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Things have gone wrong right here. Oh well. We will survive, I think. Should be fine. I'm blurry. What do you mean? The whole stream is blurry or just the camera? Now I'm gone. Try refreshing the page. It looks like, I mean, let's see. Stream looks fine on my end. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I definitely seem to be having a few issues today. I'm not sure if it's related to this update that they released. I know they managed to... I know they changed a few things with regards to how the game now renders. So I don't know if because they've removed certain things off. I don't know if because they removed certain rendering processes off the CPU and offloaded it onto the GPU, it's now affecting the stream. Because I do use my GPU to encode the video on the stream, so... Or yeah, it could well be the Black Friday curse. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, let's be honest, like there's a lot that's gone wrong with this flight already, and we not even on cruising altitude. Let's serve up some hot drinks. Wow. Wow. This is a strange experience today, to be honest with you. The plane is rocking. The autopilot doesn't work. Nothing works, guys. Well, the plane can be flown manually, but yeah, Swordfish, that'd be actually really cool. Although, having said that, the Airbus Beluga is just it's just an A380, isn't it? Converted for cargo, I think. Or am I totally wrong about that? Oh no, it's not, is it? Yeah, that's what they made specifically to transport the parts for the A380. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, man, that's a wild-looking plane. It's crazy. But they got 2 engines as well. It looks like it should have 4, but it just doesn't. Such a crazy-looking plane. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Someone might make it. We'll see, we'll see. I haven't really seen, like, anybody wish for it, though, unfortunately. I think when people try to think of aircraft that they want to fly in this game, they're not really thinking of cargo planes, to be honest. But yeah, that's a really cool idea, to be quite honest. I like it. I like it. Let's see. Let's bring up my task manager here and see what's popping, because some of it is going weird today. GPU is only using 22%, 25%. I don't understand why they dropped frames then. Weird. My internet is pretty much maxed. Although, maybe it's my internet that's being weird. Alright, let's see if we can get back onto this line here. Gone a little bit off course. Antonov AN255. I've never heard of that, Swordfish. I'm gonna have to look that up in a second. I'm just gonna lower my attitude here as we start to approach our cruise. Curious question for you, RE altitude. When I set a flight plan, I never see anything that refers to what the cruise altitude should be. Is it left to the description of the pilots? The reason I ask is I get the objective thingy that says climb to cruising altitude and it stays there for my trip. What are you missing? Yeah, so it depends what aircraft you're in. I mean, I don't have a ton of experience with the GA aircraft autopilots. But I can tell you in an Airbus and a Boeing, if you go into the MCDU or the FMS, you can press on if you go on your init page, this is the cruising altitude here, the bottom left here. That's where you set it. That's how the aircraft knows when you're at cruise. And then in the Boeing, it has a similar page called VNAV. And you click on that. It's somewhere in the top right, the button. You click on that, and then you can set the cruising altitude in there as well. Although there is, I think, a bug with the Boeings at the moment where it messes with the cruising altitude in the FMC. So yeah, that might also not help in terms of confusion. So I hope that helps. Does that answer your question, pilot buddy dog, or are you talking about a specific plane? Is there anything else I can help with? Use the CJ4. Okay. So I'm trying to think what the CJ4 is like. I'm pretty sure the FMS on the CJ4 is very similar to a Boeing. So I think you need to go in there and just set it through the FMS. But there should be a page on the FMS always that looks similar to this, that says cruising flight level. But if you're setting up, Jason Kimple says on Facebook, he says if you're setting up a flight plan on the world map, then you can set the cruising flight level on the navlog page. Why are all the questions doubled? What do you mean, Saltfish? Is everything coming up twice for some on the Twitch chat? Look at this rocking right here for the plane. Look at this, how it's just going side to side on its own. So strange. Yeah, it looks normal to me. I'm not sure what is meant by that. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up in a second, Swordfish, for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna get to cruise altitude here, and then yeah, I'm gonna have a look. No, Jason, the fly-by-wire mod isn't quite fixed yet. I'm not sure if it's an issue with the actual mod or if it's an issue with the or if it's an Asobo issue. I don't actually know, to be honest, but yeah, it's definitely not fixed. As you can see here, I'm having to fly this manually. I'm doing this whole flight manual. Yes, as you can see, if you look on our flight directors here, as soon as I engage the autopilot, it's going to basically bank us like pretty heavily to the left and probably just crash the plane. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna have to fly this whole thing manually. Good thing it's a pretty straight route. Right then, so approaching cruise at 370.
I'm anticipating a smooth ride today for the most part. So there's always a possibility of pockets of chop here and there along the way, but mostly good ride. I'm going to turn the fasten seatbelt sign off now. Whenever the fasten seatbelt sign is off, that will be your one and only indication for the entire flight that it is safe to get up and move about the cabin if you have a need to do so. I do want to let you know that I try my very best to only have the seatbelt sign on when it is necessary. So in light of that, I do ask that you
Yeah, Jason, I mean, yeah.
comply with it.
Obviously, they're having to fix a lot of stuff, but
To have you on board, I appreciate
at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they understand that, you know, it's a new product. It's a developing SDK, so, you know, I think issues like this are to be expected for a few months whilst things get matured and ready for, you know, properly ready for third-party development. I mean, I think it's amazing they've done what they have done so far with the limited SDK, to be quite honest. Yeah, pilot, buddy dog. Yeah, I did a few short flights myself actually on release date for the patch, and it seemed to work fine for me. But it's just today where it seems to have gone a bit haywire. So yeah, not exactly sure what's going on there, but this is a pretty serious issue, so you know, hopefully it should be fixed relatively quickly. And the fly-by-wire guys, they're absolute geniuses, so I have every faith that it's going to get resolved pretty rapid. Just try to keep the plane at like this perfect attitude that's going to hold the altitude. Yeah, it's a very strange one, this one, but hey ho. So there we have it, guys. That's our departure. We're cruising altitude now at 370. We've flown the whole departure and climb. Everything has been manual so far. We're still on manual. We're gonna have to just stay manual the whole way. It's a good thing the approach we're doing is also a manual visual approach. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's check out some of this updated satellite imagery whilst we're on our way here. And just before we do that, actually, I'm just going to check in the flight plan page. Let's see. So our estimated time of arrival is at 5 to 5 UTC. So that's in about 2 hours. So we're going to be cruising on here. We'll probably be in cruise for about, what, an hour and a half or so. Let's see. So, yeah, so just judging by these waypoints here, we'll probably start our descent about here. So, yeah, we're probably going to be in cruise for about an hour and a half here. And then we'll start our descent down. Once we get to Fergie, we're going to be flying visual down the river in D.C. And it's going to be beautiful. We're climbing a bit. Oh, this is going to be such a pain. This is going to be such a pain. Yeah, I mean, thankfully, Buddy Dog, the Airbus is fly-by-wire, so it will obviously it auto trims, and it's got auto thrust, but it's just obviously over time you're gonna get moved a little bit by the wind. And we have live weather and live time, and we have this 225/03. Are we experiencing the old weather bug now? If we are, I'm gonna be sad. We were supposed to have like a 70 knot tailwind for this journey. Yeah, I don't really want to restart the flight. Yes, I've got obviously self-loading cargo and everything rolling. It's not the end of the world. I'll just have to keep my eye on it. I don't think too much can go drastically wrong. We should be able to survive. Like, thankfully this whole flight plan is yeah, it's just like a real world flight. No slacking. But yeah, thankfully this this flight plan is pretty much a straight line, so it's not too bad. Until we obviously get on the descent, but we're going to be watching the controls there anyway. And this is going to be our arrival down here. We're going to fly down onto Fergie, and then we're going to basically just follow this river down here, which is very cool. Very cool approach. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait. Dear oh dear. It's funny though, like I say, I was even considering doing an X-Plane stream today. I was gonna get X-Plane and just do like a 737 flight on there or something, just for a bit of a change, because it's on the Black Friday sale. But I decided to do this because it's obviously fresh. I haven't really tried the update yet, so here we are. Oh dear. I'm actually gonna just check on the Discord and see if there's any workarounds. While I'm at it as well, Sulfish, you mentioned as well about the Antonov An-225. Let's have a look. I think I know which plane this is actually, now that you've said it's the largest plane. I think I know. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure oh, no, actually. Holy. No, I think I may have seen this before, but holy crap, that is big. Holy crap, guys. Largest volume ever transported by air. Look at the size of that thing. That is ridiculous. It's a beast, isn't it? Woo! Look at the size inside that thing. Oh, that cockpit though. Damn. That is pretty old school, isn't it? Damn. They've even got fans in there. Wow. So, Buddy Dog, this is a flight plan I created myself. Well, I mean, I thought of the route, the departure, and the destination, and it's based on a real world flight, a real life American Airlines flight that goes between Dallas and Washington. And I set it up through SimBrief and then imported it in. Oh dear, it's the weather bugged as well. Oh my god, this is wild. Is it just Bug City right now in this sim? Are all the bugs back? I'm gonna have a look. Oh dear. Yeah, damn, like, look at this. We're getting that 225 at 3 wind. Which is kind of upsetting. Yeah. You know what? I might actually get X-Plane for the Sunday stream and do X-Plane instead. Because, to be honest with X-Plane, like, yeah, I realize there's a ton of add-ons that people tend to use, but there's literally a study level free 737 for that game, for that sim, which I'll be more than happy to have a go at. And there's a ton of free add-ons as well. So maybe that's what we'll do for the Sunday stream. If this sim ain't gonna play ball. Because I'm definitely not... I don't really want to do another flight where I have to fly the whole thing manually. Right, I think I need to turn a light on in here, don't I? Right. I am still here. I'm just gonna eat something real quick. So I just turn the cam off so you don't have to watch me eating. It's so weird that you can't override this. Like the flight directors obviously wants to fly to the right, to the left. Like it's so weird that you can't override that with the heading mode. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I just don't know, Captain. I just don't know. Well, it's going to be interesting doing the descent all manually anyway. I don't think I've ever manually descended from 37,000 feet before. Should be interesting. It's a shame we don't have more people on Twitch today. It's a very quiet day today. Otherwise we could play some marbles. Right, let's see if I can find a workaround Oh, no way. Someone has actually made a Manchester airport. That's amazing. I've said so many times that Manchester airport is absolutely terrible in this sim. I did not realize someone had actually done one. Very, very cool. Right, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'm trying to look on the Discord to see if there's any kind of any workaround. Apparently there's localizer issues as well with the ILS, which I've not tested yet, but I'm glad we're doing a visual approach. Let's just say that. Okay. Apparently, this is a workaround. Sensitivity. Set the dead zones a bit higher. Apparently. Let's try that. It doesn't appear to have done anything. Do I need to set it for the slider as well? Surely not. No? What if we say even higher? 20%. No, that doesn't seem to have done that much. Although that feels terrible to actually use. Let's see if I engage autopilot and then just turn it off real quick. Oh no. Oh no, the passengers didn't like that. You see that big red arrow? No. Okay, that's that doesn't appear to be a fix. Do I have to set it on a... I mean, you can't set a dead zone for your mouse. You can't set... Have I got anything else? I'm pretty sure you can't set anything up on there. Nope. What if we just crank this all the way up? Like boom. Let's see what happens. No, still nothing. Feels absolutely terrible though. Put these back down. Oh well. That's a shame. I thought we were going to find a workaround there. Let's see. What else? Yeah, no, I can't see anything else suggested. So if you're just tuning in, welcome. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic week. happy Friday to you all. Currently having to manually fly all the way from Dallas to Washington because of the bugged state of the A320 right now. Fun times. Fun times. All right then, let's might as well bring up some of our approach charts and the such like. Let's jump on over here real quick. So if we bring up our charts here, can pin that one down. Never done an LDA approach before. Not quite sure what that means, to be quite honest. Anyway, let's have a look at our arrival. So we've got a nice long star to fly manually. And yeah, essentially we're going to be descending. I think we're using the Bravo Kilo Whiskey, the Beckley transition, I believe, is where we're coming in from. So we're coming in from down in this bottom left corner. Flying down here, minimum flight level 200, and then all the way back down. Excuse me. So yeah, lots of restrictions down here. Moving our way down. I'm not going to go through them all because there's absolutely tons. Main restriction is 280 knots, all the way down to here, where we need to be at maximum of 13,000 feet. Required altitude is 11,000 feet at Trups right here. And then this is going to take us across to Freedom and then down to Stand Together. I feel like they've done that intentionally, which is very cool. You say? Oh dear, they've named the waypoints after various different things here, haven't they? Is this supposed to be like Trump's? And I don't know. And then we've got Let's Roll Victory Hero. Interesting. Anyway, so we're going to be going Stand Together. And then we're going to be River Visual Runway 19, which is this approach here. As you can see, pretty straightforward approach. And yeah, basically just got to follow the river down. However, on this, you have to bear in mind on this, as we're coming down here to the south, on this left-hand side, we've got two prohibited areas here, so I need to be careful not to go over into those areas by accident. So we're going to be following the river down from Fergie at recommended 3,000 feet. And as you can see on this approach chart here, we've got a bunch of different visual references we can use. So we've got the Naval Ship Research and Development Center up here. We've got the American Legion Memorial Bridge. We've got Chain Bridge here, which is recommended 1,800 feet, and a reservoir here as well we can look out for. Another reservoir right here, Georgetown, recommended 1,500 feet. Key Bridge, recommended 900 feet here. And then obviously we can see off to the left here as we approach Roosevelt Memorial Bridge and Arlington. We'll be able to see the Washington Monument and Capitol building. And then basically make our way down onto final, passing over these two bridges and down onto the runway. It should be a very, very fun approach. I'm looking forward to it very much. While we're here, we can get the 10-9 for this airport. So we're going to be coming in down this way. This is the main runway at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. So I'll just pin those three. And yeah, we're just going to cruise on down here. Why does it still say be right back? There we go. So, oh god, we're climbing. Oh dear me. We've gained 1,000 feet there. That was Navigraph, buddy dog. Navigraph within Sim Toolkit. Where is self-loading cargo then? There we go. Yeah, so that was Sim Toolkit. If I bring this over here, you can see it. This is the full window. A bit of it is cropped off on that scene, just so it fits better. But yeah, you can see here, this is a little tab of Navigraph that comes open, and then this is Sim Toolkit right here. Yeah, man. I mean, it depends what you use already. It's very similar to... it's kind of comparable to Little Nav Map, so I don't know if you use that. It's maybe unnecessary, but... Navigraph is definitely worth looking at, in my opinion.
Also be starting our descent in a few minutes. We're about 30 minutes from landing now.
Oh dear. For some reason, oh no. It thinks we're descending. Oh no, everybody thinks we're descending. Oh, this is not going to end well, is it? This is not going to end well at all. This person says, hopefully we land soon. We've still got another hour to go at least. Yeah, I mean, you know, we've not got much else to do right now, buddy dog, so we can have a look through it now if you want. So this is Sim Toolkit. Essentially, yeah, so it's basically a flight planning app which integrates with SimBrief. It also integrates with a few other different services here, but yeah, it's basically a flight planning app with a few nice little features as well. So if we go to the dashboard here, this is just essentially the home page for the app. You've got a bit of news here. You've got your flight log, which is obviously your previous flights that you've done with the app open. You've got a map here as well, which shows you other people using Sim Toolkit and their flights. You can also show... let's see. Can we find us? Can we find us? We should be... There we are. Right there. That's us. So, yeah. I wonder if it shows you the flight path as well. It does not. So, yeah, this is a homepage. Not too much to say there. Go to live map as well. This is pretty cool map, actually. It does show a lot of information. You can have a lot of different overlays on this. Not sure what's going on here with these two lines. But anyway, the red line... Oh, interesting. I'm not sure what the second red line is, but the red line is supposed to show your actual flight path. Speaking of which... Let's just get ourselves sorted out here. Yeah, so the red line is your actual flight path. And you can also bring up a bunch of different overlays. It's kind of difficult to see here, but if you look across the top here, you can bring up like VATSIM and iVow and various different services. And what is really cool about this map is obviously it shows your current flight plan that's loaded in, which is nice. It also shows you some flight restrictions and stuff. These look fairly accurate, but sometimes they're not. So yeah, I don't really use that. And then something that's really cool is you can zoom in. If you zoom right in on an airport, for example, you can get a lot of detail on the airport as well. So it'll show you the runway length. And it doesn't seem to have too much information on this one. It shows you the taxiways. But it's not showing the parking spaces by the looks of things. On some airports it will show us parking spaces, which is very cool. Let's see if we can find another airport. Let's go New York. Where is... Here it is. Yeah, so you can see on this one you've got all the parking spaces as well. All the grey lines. They're all the parking spaces as well as all the taxiways and runways. And that's JFK. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And where were we? Let's see. So... okay. Fine. Right, so that's the live map. Then you can go into your flight planning tab. This is not going to work for us because we've got a flight currently loaded in. This is where you'll load in your flight. You can either load in a plan from SimBrief. Let's just stop ourselves from descending here. So yeah, you can load in from SimBrief, or you can set up the flight plan by using just the waypoint names, or you can even import from SimBrief. Did I already say that? Anyway, you can import it from SimBrief, or you can even you can put in your flight plan, like the departure and the arrival. And it will, you can click generate plan, and then it will link up to SimBrief, and then just pull the plan through rather than you having to go to simbrief.com, which is kind of nice. I never really use that because it doesn't remember your password, so it's kind of a pain. But yeah, that's that. And then once you've loaded a flight plan, it'll become current flight here. As you can see, it's got the OFP from SimBrief, which obviously gives you all your details. You get a little summary of your departure and arrival airport, which is quite handy. You get transition altitude, and then you will also get the ILS frequency as well, which is quite handy for your chosen runway. And on here as well, you can bring up these charts from SimBrief, which is nice on a separate page. And all your waypoint information, which is again pretty nice to have it all there. You can also, on some airports, not all, but you can get some charts directly through Sim Toolkit here. So these are obviously not Jeppesen charts from Navigraph, but you know they'll give you the same information. So these are free charts essentially. And you can get obviously arrival charts as well. So if we look on River Visual Runway 19, as we've already looked at that, there you go. There's what we looked at earlier, but it's just presented in a slightly different way. So yeah, that's that. And this is the alternative airport charts. You have a logbook. Hang on a minute, let me just make sure we're not going to fly towards the ground. Yeah, so this is the logbook, and the cool thing about this is, well, it gives you a nice little map here. You can see everywhere you've been, which is cool. And you can see actually the Fuzz Air European Tour, which is looking pretty cool. We obviously went from here, up to here, up to here, up to here, down to here, and we're going to link this all up. Anyway, so yeah, you can see your flight plans. And like I say, what is quite cool about this is you can bring up your previous flight plan. It'll bring up the old OFP, which is nice, but then you can go onto, you've got an altitude profile here, and you can also go onto your landing report here. So it'll tell you your landing rate and G-force and things like that, and the speed you landed at. And you can bring up the full report. And this is quite a nice little feature, I think, because it'll show you the runway, and it'll show you exactly where you touched down, which is very cool, I think. And it'll also tell you a bunch of other information here, which is quite nice, like your heading and your pitch and roll and stuff, which is, I think, all very, very cool and useful information. Which airport is this? Oh, and then here's a bunch of other landing reports as well that weren't part of flight plans. So I can bring this stuff up. And this is when we were doing some VFR in the Lake District, landing in random fields with the Blériot 11. So yeah, it stores all those as well. You can add your own fleet. I don't really use that. And then visit locations. This is something new. It says down here this doesn't do anything. Flight schedule. You can schedule flights as well. You can also use this tab to bring up real flights, which is how I found this route. So this is quite a cool one. You can put in any details here, any one or all the details. So for example, for this one, I put in this Ronald Reagan Washington as the arrival, and then it brings up all the flights that fly to there. And you can even filter it by aircraft. You can sort it, you can put in a certain airline, and yeah, it's pretty cool. You can also, on this one, you can put in an airline, like EasyJet for example, and you can select that. It's probably going to take a while to load it all, but yeah, it's going to take a while to load that. Let's see, what else? Oh god, this is taking ages to load. There we go. I don't know, I think it's just given up. Anyway, that's what you can do on that. Again, landing reports. You've got some tools and data and stuff. Checklist, wind calculator. Some of this stuff doesn't work for Microsoft Flight Simulator. That stuff there. Then some streaming tools, which is what I use for the overlay, as you can see at the top of the screen. This is how I set it up through here. And that's about it. The rest of the stuff is mainly just settings, but yeah, that's it. And then at the bottom here, you've got a few tabs you can have. You can do meta as. You can bring up Navigraph here. Navigraph is a totally separate app. I don't know if you know much about Navigraph, but it's quite a simple app. But it's a paid for service, and basically it will just give you basically charts like this for everywhere in the world. And they have a ton of charts, and they also have navigation data that you can install in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so it all matches up with the Navigraph charts, which is really, really good. You can bring up Sky Vector as well. You can also add custom you can also add in custom tabs as well, like this. It's not going to work though, is it? There it is. Custom tabs. Beautiful. Yeah, so you can do that as well, and then get a meta art. So yeah. Kilo Delta Charlie Alpha, and then I'll bring up the meta information down here in the corner. Yeah, so very light winds. Yeah, so that's that. Pretty cool app. Yeah, I use it pretty much every time I'm streaming. And it kind of combines Navigraph and it kind of combines two apps into one. So that's one of the major reasons I use it. In fact, it combines three into one, which is great. It's got SimBrief, it's got Navigraph, and it's got the streaming tools as well for up there. So yeah, no, it doesn't grab any previous flights. It only records what it only records what it sees. So if you have to actively log a flight in there for it to know about it. Like, it won't just detect your flights either. You have to actually put the flight plan in. It detects all your landings, and it'll save all the landing reports, but it won't log a flight unless you actually put a flight plan in. But yeah, I start it up. I mean, every time I'm streaming, yes, I start it up. To be fair, I say every time I'm streaming, but the only time I ever really do long proper flights is when I'm streaming these days. Yeah, I guess every time. When I use this game or this sim off stream, is generally just to test stuff, so I don't open it then. But yeah, that's that. Okay, yeah, cool, man. Yeah, I mean, we should still be here. We've still got just over another hour to go, so yeah, I should still be here. You might, if you're quick enough, you might just catch the landing. But I should still be here in an hour at the very least. Yeah, I'm intrigued though. I don't know if the weather is actually bugged. I don't know. Has anyone else had this 225 at 3? Sorry, the 225/3 wind. Like, that was an old bug, wasn't it? But I thought they actually resolved that. Interesting. A lot of people are saying, a lot of people are reporting they're having the issue as well. I wonder if I just, because I'm sure the weather was different to this earlier on, and I was messing with the presets when I was doing the thumbnail. So let's see if I just do a bit of this. Let's see if it fixes it. Let's see what happens when it stabilizes. No, it looks like it's going back to exactly how it was before. I'm intrigued to see, actually. So, as you guys might know, this is where this website, this weather provider, is where Microsoft Flight Simulator gets its weather information from. So let's have a look at the weather maps, and let's have a look around here. So yeah, I mean, I suppose the winds do look pretty light over this area. Let's see, what about clouds? So there's definitely some clouds. Why are we getting a cabin announcement? Let's see. Oh, they're doing a food service. Brilliant. Let's see. Why are people becoming less satisfied? No, we don't want the passenger manifest. So let's see, someone who's not satisfied, let's see. Hungry. They're hungry. Okay, maybe it should go up once the food service is kicked in. So yeah, like I was saying, let's have a look at this. So yeah, there's definitely some clouds. There should be some clouds on our route currently, but there isn't. Like, as you can see, if we bring up the VFR map, Kaiser, we're in between Kaiser and BNA. Basically just over Nashville. So let's have a look. Nashville right here. So yeah, as you can see, there should be some clouds. We're basically right here. That's interesting. And having said that, about the winds as well, if we look at the winds, so yeah, it's light winds at ground level. But what about if we look at, say, like a cruising altitude? Yeah, see, there you go. We should be experiencing much higher level, much stronger winds. 50 to 60 miles per hour, which sounds a bit more right, to be honest. What we were expecting, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be working. Seems to be a bit bugged. which is a bit of a shame. It is quite a shame. I'm not sure if it's worth just restarting my sim, but there's not really any way of spawning back in at this point in the flight, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we just continue on as we are. I think I need a bit of a dead zone on my I think I need a bit of a dead zone on my my rudder axis, don't I? Seems to move a little bit with the when I move the stick. Still moving quite a lot. I wonder if that's a bug then, if that's a visual bug. Yeah, so I may have to get X-Plane for the Sunday stream. What do you think, guys? Let's have a look. Oh, that's not right. Wrong monitor. There we go. Let's see what the X-Plane trailer looks like. So I'm sure I added it to my, there it is. Let's see the X-Plane trailer. My God, this is a freaking epic ass trailer right now, isn't it? Holy balls. The music's so intense. I have to say there are a lot of very cool features in X-Plane. Damn. So epic. Seems a bit unnecessary though, the music. I'm not gonna lie. What we got? Oh. Oh, is this like included scenery? The one thing I do not like, I mean, yeah, okay, it's an older sim, isn't it? But the graphics, you know, definitely leave a lot to be desired in some scenarios in this sim. But having said that, one thing I did really like about X-Plane when I did play the demo is the render distance on it is just amazing. Like, you can see so far, you can see buildings, they render in for very far away, and on top of that you can see like traffic on the ground and stuff on the roads, like from cruising level. Well, not cruising level, but like on approach. It's just epic. I thought like that kind of thing is just amazing, to be honest. So yeah, I might have to get this for Sunday's stream, to be honest. I might have to do it. I might have to do it. I might have to. It's still 30 quid, but I don't think I'm gonna need. I think I'm gonna need to spend anything more on it on add-ons for it, because I'm pretty sure the 737 freeware mod, the Zebo, that's probably going to keep me very, very busy for quite some time. So I don't think I really need to worry about having to get many add-ons. And there are, you know, it's been out for quite a while now, so you know, there are a lot of more than capable add-ons available for it. So yeah, I don't think it's too much to worry about there. So yeah, I might just do it. I don't know. I'm undecided. But it could be worth, like, until this sim sorts its stuff out. Ooh. Well, excuse me. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens over the next sort of 24 hours or so with this sim. If the fly-by-wire people manage to resolve the issue with the with this whole deal, with the banking to the left, then maybe it'll be worth. Maybe we'll do this one again. Actually, no. Having said that, I might on Sunday do. I might actually do some VFR stuff. And check out some of the new little landmarks that have been added in this update. So I might do a bit of that. So that might not actually matter. But I am tempted to try X-Plane. I'm tempted to get X-Plane. Like, I feel like the only situation where I would buy X-Plane is if it was on sale like it is now. So yeah, I feel like I might have to copulate. Right, I'm just gonna nip to the toilet 1 second. I will be back. Right then. Suppose what we can do before we excuse me. Suppose what we can do before we actually start our descent here is can use the new features in this FMS to make sure all of our constraints are correct. Okay, so not sure what this random number is. But if we go onto here, what's this? Does this work yet? No, it doesn't. Let's put 350. That's going to be that. It's going to be 350. This one is going to be 350. Okay, that one's already set. That one can go to 350. Just making sure we're not climbing too much here by accident. Might as well just start the descent to 350 anyway. Wait, this guy would like some food. Are you serious? You've just had food. Right. Let's just calculate our descent. So we're going to be descending down to sea level. We'll stick that at 350. So we're going to be going 105. So we need about 115 miles to descend. So we shall probably start descending. I'm not exactly sure what waypoint that's going to be, to be honest, but let's see what these constraints say, because these are the ones that matter. So RAN JR has 280 knots. Here's a speed constraint. Okay, not yet implemented. That doesn't work yet. And then I've altitude constraint is going to be 215 is incorrect, so we'll put minus 280 because that's the upper constraint. I might as well stick these in because we're going to be flying it manually, so it'd be nice to have the details on the ND. Jarhead is going to be this one, and that will need to be minus 260. I'm putting them as minus because I feel like it's easier to make sure that we're under rather than over. Although I suppose it doesn't make too much of a difference, does it? I suppose we could go plus 220, and then we know the lowest that we can be. Let's do that. So Ranger will alter to 240. Oh, you can actually change that. You can actually use the plus sign now. So let's put plus 240. And Jarhead is going to be plus 240. 220, sorry. Stick that in. And then Page is going to be plus 210. I'm pretty sure these are just random numbers. I wonder if you can clear them. You can't clear them. Okay. Let's go to USA. Or USA. And that's going to be plus 17,000. And then the next one is We Do at plus 16,000. Just keeping an eye on the PFD here as we are descending down to 355 still. Next one is going to be Supert plus 14. There we go. And then this one is going to be minus 13,000. There is a speed limit on that one as well, but we can't actually implement that at the moment. Make sure we're still descending here. And then Trups is a required altitude of 11,000. So I can go in like that. Freedom is also required 8,000. And then that's it, pretty much. We can put in the guidance for the river visual as well. So we've just got the one waypoint, so we'll just put in Fergie at 3,000. And that's that. So let's see how that works here on the ND. I believe if the autopilot was working, it doesn't actually pay attention to these constraints that we've put in, but it will actually display them on the ND. So let's just check that real quick. We'll just level ourselves off. We have got this constraints on, and yeah, it's not actually showing some of the constraints that we put in place, unfortunately. It does have some of them. I don't know if they're actually what we set though. You say plus 17,000, 16,000, 14,000. Yeah, they're actually correct, aren't they? So that's nice. Yeah, so that's fine. I can look at those as we descend then. That's good. But obviously but obviously the earlier waypoints I'll basically have to refer to the I'll have to refer to Navigraph for those ones. Oh, it's a shame the weather isn't working. That would have sped up our flight time by a decent amount. Oh well. Never mind. Never mind. So, not too long to go, just under an hour left of this flight, probably about half an hour before we start descending, maybe a little bit less. Let's see if we've got anything else on Black Friday here that we can copulate for the flight. Excuse me, for the flight sim. I'm not seeing that much. I mean, there's a bunch of scenery on sale. But I'm not really that bored about flying scenery at the moment until things start to get a bit more stable. Yeah. I am, however, really looking forward to, oh, Aerosoft previously did a Manchester airport for, oh, beautiful. They did a Manchester airport for X-Plane. So hopefully that means they will do one for Microsoft Flight Simulator at some point. Nice. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the CRJ from Aerosoft, which apparently is going to be coming out in the next month or so. Well, they said before Christmas, hopefully, so that's what I'm hoping for. Which isn't that long, actually. Not wrong at all. Look at that, 99% satisfied. Let's go. Oh god, I can't stop yawning. Right, let's have a look at what is going on over here. This doesn't look right to me. Hey Ray, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back to the chat. Good to see you again. There we are. All right, let's have a look at this. What's going on over here? What has occurred over here? Is this something that's messed up with the new... Is this a real feature? I mean, it could be. It doesn't look too unrealistic, but it's just perfectly straight almost. Let's see. Is this a real thing? Whereabouts are we? So, have a look on Navigraph. We are just by Kingsport. Hey, you feeling better, Ray? Awesome, mate. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Where did we say we were near? Kingsport. Kingsport, Tennessee. Right, let's have a quick look on the terrain map. I'm intrigued to see whether this is an actual natural feature or whether it's just something that's gone wrong. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, it looks like it could be a natural feature actually. Yeah, so looking at the map, I suppose it's probably this right here. Pretty cool. Nice. And then all these little tiny hills. Pretty cool terrain really around here. It's very just all these little tiny peaks. How high are these? Let's see. So 1,500 feet roughly. So, yeah, not too tiny. Nevertheless, very cool looking. Let's see, can we spot our aircraft from here? There it is. All the way up there. Don't know if you guys can actually see that, it's right there. What we got over here? That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right, does it? Yeah, man. Swordfish. We are certainly getting close to DC now. Oh, show. I didn't know you were from DC, Swordfish. For some reason, I thought you were from the UK. Maybe it's just my bad memory. What is this? Oh, it's disappeared now. Look at this scenery, though. From down here, it looks amazing. Looks totally different from this angle. Right then. Whoop. Alright, so I said we need to descend about 115 miles away, so we've still got over 100 miles before we start our descent, so we're chilling. From NJ. I would say I know where that is, but I don't actually know where NJ is or what that stands for. Sorry. Yeah, let's see. Washington, D.C. New Jersey. Okay. Makes sense now. Makes sense. I've heard of New Jersey. So cool, man. Cool. Yeah, we are very close indeed. Now then, let's see. We've got a waypoint restriction at Ran JR. Is that going to actually be before our descent point? It's kind of difficult to tell on here, but I feel like it's just slightly before. So that length there is about 80 miles, isn't it? So we're gonna need to start descending at 150 now. So actually, no. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. Cool. All right. Who else is excited for a full manual descent? Oh my god. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Oh god, excuse me guys, excuse me. I can't stop yawning this afternoon. What the hell? If you want the whole world in the game, it would be 1 petabyte. Yeah, I actually saw that in the dev Q&A yesterday, or the day before, sorry. Yeah, man, crazy. Crazy amount of imagery and 3D models. Absolutely insane. But also pretty understandable, to be honest. It is the whole world. You know, it's pretty large amount of area. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I can't stop yawning. Oh, the yawns are so real right now. So real. Put the stream resolution to 180p. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see that. 180p is pretty damn low res. Make sure we're not going to descend accidentally here. Try and stay on 350 even though we keep getting knocked up and down. Good man. Yeah. Yeah, this whole flight, yeah, I've been trying to keep the plane at 350 cruising altitude manually, yeah. Yeah, the whole time. Because the autopilot is broken, as I've just found out today. Like, if you look, like, if you look at our flight path here, so our flight path is actually slightly to the right of where we're flying currently, which is fine because I'm manually flying it. I'm never going to get it perfectly. However, if you look at the flight directors, you can see that they're actually pointing us to the left. So obviously the flight directors tell us what the autopilot's going to do. So if I actually engage the autopilot now, it's going to turn us to the left, which is wrong. And in fact, it will actually give us a very, very steep bank to the left, which is not only going to annoy our beautiful passengers here, it's also going to probably crash the plane, to be quite honest. So yeah, it's just totally broken. Yeah, it must be a new bug since the update earlier this week. So yeah, I've essentially had to just keep us level the whole time. In fact, yeah, the whole flight I've flown manually so far. And we have to do the whole approach and descent manually. But yeah, 99%. I wonder if it's going to go to 100. Yeah, it's a very strange bug. Very strange indeed. However, we should be starting our descent pretty soon. Expected time of arrival is in about 20 minutes. Just over 20 minutes. How much the plane is wobbling. I really don't get it. Like they said before, it was something to do with the weather, but we have no weather right now. So, what's going on? What is going on? Yeah, I'm pretty happy anyway, at least on Twitch, that I've now got transcoding options. I didn't think I would get transcoding options so soon, to be honest with you, but yeah, pretty happy about it. For some reason, it's not giving me 1080p 60 frames per second. I don't know if you guys see 60 frames per second at 1080p, but I don't. There's not really an issue for this particular game, but I've got it set to 1080 60 frames per second. Gonna start a descent in probably about 40 miles now. Gonna have to do it all manually, so I have to do a couple of calculations here actually. This is another new feature as well. It's asking me to enter the destination data, which we can do. I mean, to be honest, because the weather's broken, we kind of know what it's going to be, so we can put in our transition altitude of 18,000. We can put the wind 255/3. We can put the temperature as, I can't remember, let's just say 10 degrees. And the QNH can be 29.92. Which unfortunately is just what it's going to be. Unfortunately. And then the minimum for the river visual is, I think it's about 3,000 feet. Let's see. Yeah, it's 3,500 feet with a visibility of level of 3. So, I don't even know if you need to put that in, to be honest. You just need to have good visibility, essentially. What we could put in though is we can go into our RadNav page and we can put in the VOR. So let's see if this works now. So if we put in DCA, yeah, oh, that's actually right. Beautiful, that actually works. So if we put in DCA, it actually tunes the right frequency for us now, which is a beautiful thing. So we can use that for distance information as we are approaching. Oh, we're leaving our cruising flight level here. I hope we make it on time. We've only got 36 minutes before these passengers start to complain that we're late. Look at this below us though, that looks sick. Got these really, really straight, almost like fault lines. I wonder if there is a fault line. Let's get ourselves back to 350 here. Definitely didn't mean to turn there. Wait, has the autopilot resolved itself now? Let's see what happens when we get close to this line here. But it should start coming towards the middle as we approach this line. See what happens. I don't think we're going to be able to use the manual, the managed descent either, are we? I suppose we're already in the descent phase, so... I suppose as soon as we start descending, it's just going to keep us to the right speed, I think, for our descent, which is fine. Now then, let's see what happens. We're about to meet the line. Well, I say we're about to. We're a little bit away from it, but in fact, let's just turn towards it. Right, it should start moving to the right now, the flight director, but it doesn't look like it's gonna do. Nope, there you go. As you can see, it's still broken. I mean, the attitude of it, so the vertical component is fine, that's correct, but it's just the roll is incorrect. About 10 miles to go before we start our descent. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Can't stop yawning today, guys. I don't know what is going on. Okay, so coming up to RAN JR, which does have a maximum altitude constraint on it. 280 knots as well, which is fine. Right. Guess we're gonna have to start a descent now then, I suppose. So let's do it. I might as well put the hand cam on since we're gonna be manually flying this whole thing. So the auto throttle should hopefully keep us no faster than 280 knots, which is the speed limit at this next waypoint. No, it seems to be going up, but let's just continue on. There we go, we'll just set it ourselves. We're a little bit high for this altitude restriction, but I'm going to forgive myself. Should be able to catch up the profile. I mean, we're still ahead of profile. Easily. It's just the constraints are a bit... they're a bit ahead of us. They force us to descend a bit earlier, I think. That's what I'm trying to say. As long as we can get to below 210 USA. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm excited for this approach. Super excited. Alright then. Not irregular, but cool. Hello. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Welcome, welcome. We're just commencing our descent into Washington right now. So you've tuned in at a fantastic time. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now then, what is going on with this? Why is this doing this to us? Let's try to slow ourselves down a bit. Just going to increase our rate of descent as well, so I'm just going to pull the nose up a bit as well. Beautiful, right on profile. So USA, this waypoint right here, flight level 210 is a maximum, so we should just about make that one. Minimum is 17. Yeah, it's a good name for a waypoint, that one, isn't it? Not irregular. USA. We've got some good ones on this arrival, actually. We've also got a... we've got also 2 waypoints, one after the other. One's stand and one's together. Alright, let's put the nose down a little bit more. Now that we've lost a bit of that speed, we can bring the speed brakes back to normal now. Engines are dropping to thrust idle. I'm just going to set this to 250 just in anticipation. Right, how long have I been playing or how long have I been using this flight sim? Not that long, actually, since it came out. So however long that is, about a month or so, is it? I think. Just gonna bring the nose up a bit so we can lose a bit more speed. Maximum flight level for this next waypoint is 17,000, which we might just scrape. What I do want to do, though, is we want to go enable pressure again because we're passing through 18,000. And what did I actually want to do? I've completely forgotten what I wanted to do now. I can't remember. Anyway, we're just going to continue on here. What is the thing in front of me? What do you mean? What thing in particular are you referring to? This thing right here. That's my joystick. That's what I'm using to control the plane. I'm just going to try and brighten up this camera because it's very, very dark. There we go, that's much better. Beautiful. We're having to do a totally manual descent here because the autopilot has basically failed to work. So, yeah, we're doing this fully manual, this descent. The maximum flight level for the next waypoint is 13,000 feet and 250 knots. So we're definitely going to have to lose some more speed. So I'm going to put the speed brakes out. And I'm just going to pull up the nose a little bit so that helps us lose a bit more speed. We are at 14,000 feet, so we should be able to make it down there to 13. I can't tell, are you nosediving? No, not really. I've got a slightly nose down attitude, but that's because I'm descending. But no, not nosediving at all. We're almost level. You can see the position of the nose of the plane by this display here. In fact, I might just put this right here just so you guys can see a bit easier. Am I good at this game? I mean, I think probably the better question is, am I good at flying? And I don't really know the answer to that, to be honest with you. I feel like I've got quite a good understanding, but I'm not sure if I'm, you know, I'm not a model pilot by any means. I'm not an expert for sure, but I've got a good idea of what I'm doing. Okay, so we've slowed down a bit, which is good. We're 11,000 feet. We're going to need to start to flatten our descent a little bit here. We'll bring the nose up a bit. And the next waypoint, we are going to have to be at 11,000 feet exactly. So we definitely need to just slow ourselves down a bit. Bring the nose up. Do I want to be a pilot? Potentially, yeah. I mean, it's something I'm thinking about more and more. Potentially, I might have a look at something next year sometime. But at the moment, I'm just flight simming. I'm not a pilot or anything at the moment. All right. So approaching Trups waypoint at 11,000 feet. We are bang on profile here, 250 knots. So looking good. Everything else is set currently. Just going to zoom this in a bit more. So we're doing a visual approach here as well, which should be fun. We're going to slow ourselves down to 240 knots. Thank you very much for following, Irregular. Thank you. Appreciate that. So slowing ourselves down to 240 knots here. We need to start descending again now. We need to be at 8,000 feet at the next waypoint. So we're going to take quite a sharp descent here because we don't have too much room to play with. But it is a required altitude, so we're going to need to try and make that as best as possible. We are gaining some speed here as well, which we don't want. Got the speed brakes out already, so might just put the nose up a bit, just so we don't lose too much, gain too much speed here. We're below 10,000 feet now, so our lights can come on. Seat belts can come on as well for the passengers. And I'm gonna just turn the music off now as we're coming on to our approach. We've got another airport of some description there as well. Okie dokie, so this is 8,000 feet at this waypoint right here. And then we need to get down to 3,000 feet by this waypoint right here. So probably going to be taking a pretty relatively steep descent following this waypoint.
To prepare for landing, please close your tray table and put away carry-on items.
Okie dokie. I'll see you shortly then, Irregular. I believe I can actually do this even more because we don't have autopilot on, so... Oh, we need to level out a bit because this is required 8,000, so we're a bit below that, but that's fine. Okay, and I'm just going to zoom this in even further. And I'm going to pitch down for this descent here. I can hear some beeping from somewhere. Is it something to do with this airport down here? So we're going to be coming in down here and then following this river basically to the airport, which I believe is somewhere in this area. Gonna be fun, guys. I am excited. All right. So I am going to activate. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. I am gonna. The approach phase is already active. So I think once we approach together, I think I'm gonna put us back onto manage speed mode. What we got down there? There's a building standing out. I think that's just auto gen, isn't it? We're looking good so far though, guys, considering I've done this whole freaking descent manually. Looking good indeed. I'm going to start to shallow out our descent here, and I'm going to activate manage speeds. And I'm just going to level out. We're going to do some level flight for a few moments. And I'm going to take a very, very leisurely right turn here. Okie dokie, dude. Yeah, no worries at all. I'll catch you in the next one for sure. I'll be live again on Sunday. So let's take a nice leisurely turn here. I'm not sure why my approach speed is 133 actually. That's a good, interesting speed, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be too... I don't know if that's going to work out too well for us, to be quite honest. We'll have to see, we'll have to see. Let's minimize this down to a small window. And I'm going to say seats for landing because we're doing a visual approach.
And flight attendants are prepared for landing at this time.
Okie doke. Alright then, guys, here we go. Here's the visual approach, river visual approach into Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Basically got to follow this river visually down to the airport, which, like I say, is somewhere down here. Let's do this thing, guys. So I'm just following this river here. Basically just going to follow it down the middle. One thing I did want to check is how come the radio altimeter, it seems very quiet. Don't know if that's just me or what, but... Right, so let's start descending once again. We'll put our first stage of flaps out as we're following the river here. Basically just going to follow the river down. We need to be careful not to go onto too much of the left side of the river over there, because that is restricted airspace. And we also need to make sure we're not descending too quickly now. Need to be at 1,800 chain bridge, which is... It's difficult to see the bridges here. I think this is it right here in front of us. Just below, right here. So we're a little bit above profile at the moment by the looks of things. Let's see, where are we set here? This can go down there. And then auto brake can go to medium. Alright, here we go, guys. The plane is shaking like nothing else. 1,500 feet at the next bridge here, which is here. So we should make that fine. Let's go with flaps 3. And what is going on with this? These are the reservoirs, aren't they? They're looking a bit funky. So I need to make sure we're staying over the right side of the river here. And we need to not cut this corner either. So we're a little bit below profile here. So let's just level ourselves a little bit through this corner. And this is quite a steep turn, isn't it, right here? That's Washington over there. And we're going to take a nice sharp turn here, coming over these skyscrapers right here. And there's the runway you can see just in front of us. So let's get our final stage of flaps out and gear down. Wait, where is the runway? Oh dear. I think things might have gone wrong here, guys. Oh no, I think we might be able to just wangle this. Oh god, this is fucking tough, isn't it? I was going to line up for the wrong runway then, but it's actually right here, isn't it? This runway. Definitely sinking a bit too quick here. Rescued that. Looking good. A tiny bit low.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
And we are down. Reverse is full. Why does it look like the plane's tilted to the side? What the heck? Is one of the wheels off the ground still? Wait, what? Okay, now we're good. Woo! Holy crap, that was a spicy landing. Jesus Christ, that was fun. Holy moly.
Take a moment to check your seat back pocket for any personal items, like tablets and cell phones. When you open the overhead compartment,
Right, let's get to a gate. Solid landing, 315 feet per minute. It's a firm landing, which is fine. It's not a super long runway here, so I feel like that's fine. Still 90% satisfied here. That was amazing, guys. That was so much fun. I'm definitely going to do that again. Holy crap. Hopefully when they fix this thing where the plane rocks about all over the place. Because that kind of threw me off a little bit, to be honest. My frame rate in this area... In fact, my frame rate all day has just been terrible. Alright, we can turn our landing lights off. And this can go to taxi. We can turn our APU on as well. Whoo! That was a lot of fun. So Sim Toolkit is saying it was actually 281 feet per minute. And self-loading cargo is saying something different. It's weird how they both get different different speeds. I feel like 281 sounds more accurate. I'm not gonna lie. Because it wasn't like super firm. Like it was pretty decent. Is this our gate right here on the left? I think it is. Right on time as well. Look at that. Expected 4 minutes. on self-loading cargo. There's no taxi line coming in here. In fact, there is, but it's just the taxi. Yeah, it's just the little arrows are telling me to go a completely different direction, and then the marshal is here as well. Okay, I'm just gonna go there because that's gonna work out better. APU is just about started up. We can connect the external power and we'll turn the engines off as soon as the APU is available, which will be now. Continue, and then we shall get a jetway connected up here. They want to get off.
Verify disarm door, stand by for all call.
This is a decent sound pack, this one.
Please do have all passports as well as documents available for inspection. Should you have further questions, you may direct all questions to our ground personnel meeting our flight. Also check in your surrounding seat areas prior to the...
Well, that's not connected, is it? Oh dear.
On behalf of your entire crew, it's been our pleasure having you join us last evening. We realize you have many choices when traveling by air, and we do thank you for choosing American Airlines, a member of the One World Alliance.
Let's just clean up the cockpit here whilst the passengers are disembarking. Let's get ourselves a nice little drone shot, actually. Kind of difficult here because the jetway is not connected properly, and that just looks really bad. Maybe if we do it from like this angle, you can't really tell. Like that. I'm not really keen. Let's just oops. And there we go. Alright. Beacon light can go off. This can go off. Yeah, just got to wait for the last few passengers to disembark now. 14 more people to go, and then we can see what our grade is for this flight. Oh, that landing was so spicy. I almost went for the wrong freaking runway. Like, I'll show you guys real quick. Like, if you look at this, this is the runway we went onto. I almost lined up for runway 15. I almost started going for that. Luckily, the angle between these two isn't too great. Otherwise, that could have ended really badly. But I definitely want to try that again because that is good fun. That's a lot of fun. In fact, when the CRJ comes out, I'm definitely going to do a flight. I'm definitely going to do that in the CRJ. For sure. Right, there we go. So unloading of the passengers is complete. Cargo doesn't actually affect your grade. So let's view flight report. We've got a B+. Good flight. I think the firm landing has probably hurt us a bit here. Let's see. Turned a little steeply to the left. Okay, so that was at the start when we activated the autopilot and we found out that it was bugged. My airspeed was above 250 knots when the aircraft was below 10,000 feet. I don't really remember that, to be quite honest. I don't know if that was on takeoff. But, yeah, I don't really remember that, actually. Maybe that did happen, I don't know. Yeah, so that was our landing. Let's see. I'm interested, actually, what speed we landed at. Let's see. So let's bring up Sim Toolkit here. I'm actually just going to close self-loading cargo because that's done now. And we'll bring up our landing report here on Sim Toolkit. And yeah, so we landed. We touched down right in the touchdown zone there. We were pretty much aligned. I mean, we were right on center line basically, which is quite nice. 281 feet per minute. Pitch and roll was slightly below 1. What was I looking for? My speed. Speed is 130 knots. Okay, so yeah, it felt like we were going so much quicker than that, I think. Like a lot quicker, but clearly not. Clearly not. I'll tell you what we can do. Through the magic of YouTube, we can actually watch that again. I want to watch that again. So we're going to be coming in down here and then following this river basically to the airport, which I believe is somewhere in this area. Looks of things. Oh no, I think we might be able to just wangle this. There we are. YouTube has 60 FPS. Tough, isn't it? I was going to line up for the wrong runway then, but it's actually right here, isn't it? This runway. Let's go back a bit and I'll see what I did here. Yeah, so as I came round through these buildings here, that was the nice line. That's the line that I should have taken there. I thought it was going to be this runway for some reason. I couldn't really see the other runway. But for some reason I thought it was going to be this runway. So as you'll see here, is I started going over this way when I should have just stayed going this way and then turned in. Wait, where is the runway? Oh dear. I think things might have gone wrong here, guys. Oh no, I think we might be able to just wangle this. Just gonna do this. Oh god, this is fucking tough, isn't it? I was gonna line up for the wrong runway then, but it's actually right here, isn't it? This runway. Oh, just about manage it. Imagine like driving across this road. This is probably really, really cool to watch planes coming in from this area. Definitely sinking a bit too quick here. Rescued that. Definitely a bit low on this part here, but not too terrible, I don't think. And I managed to bring it in right on center line right here. Straighten up. And definitely... And we are down. Definitely dropped the nose a bit there by accident. Definitely shouldn't have done that. As you can see, the nose just dips down there. I'm not sure if that was actually the sim or me. We are down. To be honest, it could have well been a Microsoft Flight Simulator thing. Because I don't feel like that's... Let me see what I did with my hands. Oh, I did actually. You can actually see if you watch my hand just as we come over the threshold here. I did. Why did I do that?
We are down.
I pressed forwards. Reverse is full. Why does it look like the plane's tilted to the side? We are down. Like, my camera is actually perfectly overlaying the video here. But obviously you can see both the original cameras. I've turned off the hand cam, so you can see the original hand cam. But if you look here, for some reason, I tilted the nose forward as we're coming into landing. But I don't know, I think it was just my perception of how long the runway was. I kind of panicked. I was like, shit, this is actually a short runway. I need to actually touch down rather than floating. But in reality... Reverse is full. Why does it look like the plane's tilted to the side? Also, my microphone is way too loud, isn't it? What the heck? Is one of the wheels off the ground still? I suppose the runway is quite short, actually, isn't it? That was good fun, though. That was such a cool approach. Quite challenging. But definitely a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun, for sure. But anyway, guys. Hang on. This is a prime shot right here. This is a prime shot. There we go. That's actually quite cool, I think. Right. Okie dokie then, guys. So, yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. I think I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. That was super, super fun. I'm definitely going to do something like that again when the CRJ comes out. I may have to do that again. I think I've got a route planned from Toronto that I want to do down there. I think that's a real flight, actually, that Canadian do with the CRJ. They do fly a lot of them. So, yeah, like I say, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and yeah, I've really enjoyed that that approach. Hope you guys did too. I'm waffling now, but yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, a great Friday evening. And I'll catch you guys again on Sunday. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.